Recording 2, this is audience. Right, hello and welcome to 612. It's James Andrews here. Today we're talking about audience, and joining me today I've got Dan Chapman again, of course.
Hello.
And the lovely Ed Murray.
Hello, it's me, Ed.
Right, so we're going to start off with the 4 key principles of audience. Dan, I believe, is going to talk about this one.
Of course. The acronym is CAGE. CAGE, class, age, gender and ethnicity. We'll start with class. We use something called the Acorn Scale to show class. There is the A class, upper class. You got the real pompous people there. You got B, the middle class, the conservative voting middle class. You got the C1, the C2. This could be. This is sort of the lower, middle, upper working class. People that work in manufacturing / engineering, things like that. This is where the main bulk of people are classed. D, this is the lower, really working class people. Basically, lower income jobs tend to use things like tabloids, Daily Star, for example. E, finally, is the unemployed. Charles Murray may have called it the underclass, but we shall not be using that term.
Bit of sociology in there if you're doing sociology. Ed, if you want to talk about the 2 types of audience, which I believe are target and peripheral.
Yeah. Well, basically, I'll teach you a unique thing here, something that you won't have learnt in any other school, because it's our very own Mr. De Cruz's donut scale. Okay, so the donut scale, what is it? Well, basically, in an audience, there are 2 targets. Okay, there's the official target audience, and there's the peripheral.
Yeah, peripheral.
I think that's the second spelling mistake in these podcasts.
Right, so peripheral.
But for this podcast only, Ed's only got it peripheral.
Okay, peripheral. Okay, so what is the target audience? The target audience is the main target. Okay, so let's take James Bond as a prime example. Wait, no. There's probably a better one. What one's a lifestyle?
Let's do James Bond as a target.
Yeah.
Right. So target under James Bond is an action film. It would be males.
Yeah.
This is engaged with the gender, but the peripheral target audience would be women. They go to see Daniel Craig.
They go with their husbands.
To go and see, but then they always will target women in the peripheral, using sexual connotations from a woman's point of view. For instance, Daniel Craig coming out for the beach. Coming out of the beach in Casino Royale.
Of course, the opposite would be things like chick flicks. Would be
Yes.
the female audience, and obviously, husbands, boyfriends will go with them to see it.
Yeah. A lot of they can be mixed gender. A lot of horror films can be mixed. A lot of horrors are stereotypically going to see with your couple, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband and wife.
Can you give us an example of a mixed
genre? Last House on the Left.
Yeah, I'd say paranormal.
Paranormal, yeah.
Come under that.
Yeah.
Families, paranormal activities, and Last House on the Left. A lot of people with families. Obviously, not the children go with them because some of them are quite violent. But
No need for the fake laugh there, Ed.
yeah. So the targeting the peripheral audience. If we talk about the donut here, if you think of the centre of the donut is a target. It's a stupid thing like you target to get the jam inside the donut, and the outside is the peripheral. It's quite a good way to describe it. All the 4 things CAGE is always split into peripheral, isn't it? Target and peripheral. If we go on to uses and gratifications theory and Maslow's hierarchy of needs, this is the use of gratifications is the reason why audience consume the product. So Ed, can you go on to this? No, you can't. Right.
I think Daniel.
Well, basically, Maslow's hierarchy of needs is rather simple. It's a triangle. Imagine a triangle, and the higher up it goes, it's almost more of a popularity thing. So the top would be self-actualization. This is basically what you want to be. This is the pinnacle of being who you are. The next one lower down is esteem. This is the self-esteem, status, respect, admiration. Social is the next one down. A lot of things fall into this category. Just the need to belong in a group. You get this from a lot of like things like lifestyle. You get these from food programs. People want to belong in these things. They want to be able to make this good food. Safety is the next one. Personal security. This is rather important as people need this. They need safety. They need security. It's job security. They need a friend circle. And finally, the bottom one is food, shelter. This is the must-haves. This is what it's called psychological. You must have this. The reason how Maslow made this, he used monkeys to experiment on it. He used monkeys and he found out how who becomes the alpha male almost, and they sort of move in with them, and basically the lower ones become the lower ones, and it's all under this alpha male basically. And he discovered it by using monkeys.
Very interesting way to experiment it. Yeah. And then going quickly onto the uses and gratification theory, by Blumler and Katz in 1975, they basically came up with 5 points that the 5 points why the audience react and consume the texts or the print, e-media or broadcasts. First one is enjoy it, like you can simply just watch something because you enjoy it. Inform, this links in with like the documentaries, the news programs, or maybe through the print you can do newspapers or lifestyle magazines to inform you on the latest lifestyle trends. The next thing is reflective on our own life. This also links in with the 4th point with escapism, where you look at an example produced by the media and compare it to how your life is. And
also known as diversion.
Also known as diversion. So this is an example, division even. This is an example of EastEnders. This could so you forget about your life and concentrate on the family's life in EastEnders. So escapism links in with that, and then the last one, personal identity. This is like compare themselves to the characters of the one as well. So if one character is a higher class character wearing nice clothes, the person thinks, oh, he's got a personal identity, I will want to be like him and make myself have a personal identity. That's all the theory side of the audience.
Key thing to remember here, James and Dan, is that media has to have an audience. That's the whole point.
That's the whole point, yeah.
And the audience makes the money for the media. So the audience is key to media studies, everything related to media.
That was a chair.
I think that is it for the audience. Of course, I'll remind you again of the other ones coming along soon. Institution and ideologies, a very important one.
Narrative.
Used a lot in Year 11. Narrative,
yeah.
Which is also another key point of all media products. Media representations as well.
Narrative. Of course.
We've done narrative.
Narrative. Okay. Goodness sake, Ed.
Sorry. Okay, so I think I'll wrap that up now.
Don't forget genre.
And genre, that includes generic conventions. I think I'll wrap that up. Let's say thank you to Ed Murray.
Thank you for listening.
Dan Chapman.
Cheers.
And me, James Andrews, and the audience. This has been Room 612. Thank you and goodbye.